Good afternoon, everyone. This is Nancy Gilbert with the Economic Development Administration in Washington, D.C. We welcome you to this presentation today to hear more information about EDA's Assistance to Coal Communities Initiative 2017. Let's get started. In May, EDA received its final budget authorization amount for fiscal year 2017. Our budget included an additional $30 million for assistance to coal communities, which will be awarded through EDA's Economic Adjustment Assistance Program process. That process is laid out in the agency's 2017 Notice of Funds Available, or NOFA, for our Economic Development Assistance Programs. We refer to this as the EDAP NOFA. EDA updated and posted this revised NOFA on Grants.gov on June 19th. We will review the process briefly during this webinar for applying for those ACC 2017 funds. First, we want to provide some further information about the kinds of projects we're seeking to support through the Assistance to Coal Communities Initiative. First, it's important to note that there is no predefined eligibility list of impacted coal communities that we're working from. Instead, we are looking to fund projects that are located within and targeted to communities or regions that either have been impacted or can reasonably demonstrate that they will be impacted by one or more of the following: by employment loss in coal mining, by employment loss in coal power plants, and by employment loss in the supply chain industries of either of these. You can also look to page 18 of the 2017 EDAP NOFA for a list of federal sources of information and data that can be used to support your proposal and application in terms of documenting the extent of job loss or other negative economic impacts that your region has suffered as a result of contractions in the coal economy. In terms of who may submit an application or proposal for funding, EDA will accept applications from those organizations and entities that normally fit our eligibility criteria under Economic Development Adjustment Assistance Programs. These include Economic Development District organizations, Indian tribes or consortia of tribes, state, county, or city, or other political subdivisions of a state, or a consortia of those public subdivisions, institutions of higher education, or a consortia of those institutions, and public or private nonprofit organizations or associations that are acting in cooperation with the political subdivision of a state. The recipients, it's also important to note that recipients of past EDA funding for assistance to coal communities, such as under the Power Initiative funding applications that we did in 2015 and 2016, are also eligible to submit projects for the 2017 ACC initiative. However, you do not have to have received a prior funding for a coal project in order to be eligible to submit a proposal for this round of funding. The FY 2017 Assistance to Coal Communities Initiative funding seeks to support projects and activities that will help affected regions in several ways. These include through economic diversification, such as strategies to promote and enhance the growth of emerging industries, and projects that might construct incubator facilities that support new entrepreneurs and early-stage businesses. It also includes job creation, capital investment that brings public funding and private investors to the region to support economic development, and workforce development and reemployment opportunities that provide area residents with the skills, knowledge, and certifications they need to secure jobs at good wages with career pathways. organizations can propose projects that support one or more of these outcomes. In terms of our objectives for the ACC 2017 funding, this funding prioritizes implementation projects and activities, although ACC funds may also be used to support planning and strategy grants to support coal-impacted communities. The ACC projects must be consistent with the region's current Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy Plan, or CEDS, or an equivalent EDA-accepted Regional Economic Development Strategy. You are encouraged to contact the EDA Regional Point of Contact for ACC for additional information on eligible activities. A list of these contacts will be named later in this presentation and is included in the 2017 NOFA and on EDA's website regarding this funding opportunity. The ACC 2017 funding can potentially assist a variety of projects and investments. EDA can award ACC 2017 funds for projects including new business creation, job creation in new and existing industries, the cultivation of local and regional entrepreneurship, strengthening or developing existing or emerging industry clusters, development of business incubator programs, facilitating access to private capital markets, facilitating and promoting market access for regional goods and services, and developing economic diversification strategies. See Section A3B of the 2017 NOFA, which is at pages 8 through 10, for more information about the priorities and funding principles that ACC projects should respond to, as well as the kinds of projects that can be eligible for ACC funding. Moving now to the process of submitting a project proposal or application to EDA for consideration, we'll describe this process, which is EDA's two-stage process. This is the same process, I should mention, that EDA uses for its traditional economic adjustment assistance and public works projects. The first phase begins with the applicant providing a brief proposal to EDA's regional office for consideration. The next slides will summarize each phase, but these are also detailed in Section D of the FY17 NOFA at page 19. The first stage is proposal review. An EDA Proposal Review Committee, or PRC, will review the proposal to determine if the project is responsive to the factors that are listed here. These include alignment with the priorities and objectives of ACC 2017, which were mentioned previously, the potential of that project to foster job creation and/or to promote private investment in the regional economy or provide the information and tools necessary to further the regional economic goals, the applicant's eligibility to receive an EDA grant, the eligibility of the region in which the project will be located or will benefit, and alignment of the project with the goals of the public works or economic adjustment assistance programs as these are applicable. More information about the factors that are listed here can be found in Section A, which has investment priorities and goals, Section C, which talks about the eligibility of the applicant and of the area, including EDA's distress criteria, and are referenced again in Section E of the NOFA, which includes the criteria specific to proposal reviews. If the regional office determines that a proposal is responsive to the NOFA through the Phase 1 review, EDA will invite the applicant to submit a complete application package and proceed to Phase 2 to be considered for funding. This slide summarizes the second stage of EDA's review process, which is based on our evaluation of the complete application package. The ACC-specific criteria is also shown here, which are 3 additional criteria that ACC projects will have to meet. This is listed in the NOFA in Section E.2 on page 30 and includes these criteria, each of which receives equal weight. That is, the integration or alignment of the impacted region's workforce needs and priorities with the economic development strategy referenced under the application or proposal, the extent to which the strategy or strategies are designed to create jobs that pay family-supporting wages, create career pathways for workers, and are linked to industry-recognized credentials for high-demand positions, and the geographic impact and resulting economic benefit of the proposed scope of work. It's also important to note that ACC projects will be evaluated independently from other economic adjustment assistance and public works projects and will not otherwise compete with these non-ACC proposals and applications for consideration. Finally, in referring to the ACC application procedures and the two-phase process for review, EDA is going to be accepting these applications on a rolling basis. The process opened June 19th and is open now, and we will be accepting these throughout the rest of the fiscal year. But it's important for applicants to note that they should begin preparing their proposals as soon as possible. EDA's fiscal year ends September 30th, and we would like to issue all of these funds well in advance of that, so we need time to review your proposal and application. On this slide, we describe one way that applicants can expedite the two-stage process by submitting the proposal and full application package concurrently. We strongly encourage applicants to consult with the EDA regional office staff to discuss if your project may be eligible for this concurrent submission option. In terms of those EDA regional staff contacts, we have EDA specialists who are ready to answer your questions and provide technical assistance on ACC 2017 projects. There is at least one person assigned in each regional office who can help you. In the Atlanta regional office, that person is Pam Farmer. In the Austin regional office, that's Jessica Falk. In Chicago regional office, Robin Bush. In Denver regional office, Kurt Kaiser and Trent Thompson are available. In the Philadelphia regional office, it's Tracy Rowan. And in Seattle regional office, it's Brian Parker. These individuals' names and email addresses can be found on the EDA website at www.eda.gov/col and in the ACC NOFA. Finally, we'd like to give you a sense of the type of projects that have been funded in the past by EDA to assist coal-impacted communities. Some of you may recall that this initiative was referred to as the Power Plus initiative, and we worked with some federal agencies such as ARC to provide funding to projects in 2015 and 2016 under that name. These projects include an EDA award to the University of Utah, who partnered with the University of Kentucky to examine new commercially viable uses for coal byproducts. They are using the grant to produce, test, and classify coal pitch carbon fiber, to design a regional supply chain map, and to pair workforce needs with the economic impact of the conversion process and new market to be created for that product. Another example comes from the Appalachian region. EDA awarded funds that were paired with funding from the Appalachian Regional Commission to the University of Pikeville in Pikeville, Kentucky for the Kentucky College of Optometry. This was an economic diversification project where the college that was funded will grow the healthcare workforce and improve access to vision care in Central Appalachia. The recipient will be only the second optometry college in all of the Appalachian region. They expect to graduate 60 optometrists, provide care to 12,000 patients, and bring $26 million in direct economic impact to this regional economy. We look forward to receiving many more proposals for innovative economic development projects that will support America's coal communities through the ACC 2017 application process. Finally, we'd like to review a couple of the resources that we have available to help you develop your projects and submit your applications for ACC 2017 funding. Your EDA contacts by state at each of the 6 EDA regional offices can be found at www.eda.gov/contact. EDA has also created its own web page for the ACC 2017 Assistance to Coal Communities Initiative. This can be found at www.eda.gov/coal. You can also find the updated 2017 EDAP NOFA on this location, and you can find it on www.Grants.gov. It is also posted on EDA's webpage at eda.gov under Funding Opportunities. And if you have questions about the ACC 2017 initiative, including eligibility, projects, and other questions referring to this funding opportunity, a set of frequently asked questions is posted on our website on the coal page at www.eda.gov/coal. Finally, if you have any additional questions and we can be of assistance, please send them to our email address at edi@eda.gov. We will be updating and adding to the frequently asked questions as we receive new important questions that will be a benefit to all of you. In the meantime, we encourage you to quickly put your projects together and begin discussions with your EDA regional contacts. We thank you for listening to this presentation, and we will make links available to the slides and the other resources on our EDA page so that you can all submit your projects to EDA and we can together support the coal